If it hurts, you ain't breaks, no hits, you know it up, put on more speed. Protect our kickers, our quarterback, our lead, our ball game. All obstacles, block, cut, slides, through the games after this win in. Rest you again, we're for the first man. Carry a lot of people there for 6 minutes.
Rocky Top, you'll always be.
Doesn't have to be perfect, ain't gonna be perfect. We go compete for 60 freaking minutes. All right, enjoy the opportunity, enjoy the environment, and then go play our butts off, play for one another, and have a hell of a lot of fun. Everybody got me?
Yes,
all right.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man, and I'm saying, woo, right here.
Well, I mean, obviously, we've spent, 4 years, trying to change the culture, trying to instill in these young men how blessed they are, to have an opportunity to play somewhere like the University of Tennessee, and what an honor it is to have that T on the side of your helmet, and that we're always playing for something bigger than us individually.
Man, we blessed to do this. We blessed to wake up. We blessed to be standing by each other. We cannot take these opportunities for granted. There's people that wish they'll be doing what we was doing. There's people that call us crazy for doing what we do. But they don't understand. Every time we touch this grass, it's a certain mentality you gotta have. And you can't just turn it on. We gotta wake up with it. We gotta train it. We ought to make each other better. I need you. I need you.
I don't know. Truly, I don't know how I could answer that because I don't know what it would take. Really, I don't know what it would be until I feel accomplished. If we win that natty, when we win that natty, then I'll say, my story's been good.
Make the decision. You're either a Vol or you're not, through thick and thin.
But you know what? Let's talk a little Vols. That is not me trying to take any shine away from the phenomenal channel Talkin VAWLS and my guy Boogie Bentley runs, so shout out to them. But let's talk a little Vols here.
Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name's Boogie Bentley. Coach Jay is here. Foul Ming is in the house. This is the most impromptu of impromptu streams we have ever done. Chase C is here and says, 3-hour intro. This show sucks. I'm unsubscribing. Yeah, imagine three dudes. Imagine three dudes that have wives, have families, have kids, have responsibilities, dropping everything on about 20 minutes notice to jump on, go live, because for the fans, by the fans means something. We got something to talk about. So I am sorry. I apologize personally to Chase. He's not a member of the channel. I've never seen his name. I don't know who he is, but I apologize to him for our 4-hour intro. You know, it's kind of like, I don't know if you went to Easter service yesterday. I hope. Where's the App State hat? It's on my head right now. We're rocking App State. We got big news to talk about. I hope you guys went to church yesterday. Resurrection Sunday. He is risen. He is risen indeed. I hope you guys went to church. And when you did, I hope they played the organ and kind of let everybody file in from Sunday school. Some of the late arrivals, like Foul Ming's always late. Imagine him coming in. And imagine Foul Ming's walking in the front door. And he's trying to shake hands and say hello to the deacons and the little old ladies. And the preacher's up there, and he's 30 minutes into the sermon, and he's saying, hellfire and brimstone. And Foul Ming goes, what is going on? I just got here. We play the long intros on live streams to allow you guys to come in, say hello, greet each other at the door, drop your door fee, smash the thumbs up, share out the link. We went from 12 people watching to 541. That's why we play the on live streams. You guys will get it one day. One day you'll stop yelling at old Boogie. But boys, woo, the bat signal went up. Do we have anything to talk about? We're not prepared. Foul Ming, are you prepared? How much time did you have, Foul Ming, to prepare for this show?
About 2 minutes. About 2 minutes. So I mean, what more could I ask for, really?
Coach Jay called the shots. I said, we're going live now. Foul Ming's in. Are you down? He said 7:30, Boogie. I said, okay, 7:30 it is.
I barely made that, to be honest with you. I barely made that. Like that was like running over small women and children on the way home to profess my love for Tennessee, I guess, once again.
We have to go live. This channel is all about for the fans, by the fans. So if news pops off, I want it to be raw. I want it to be real. It's kind of like when the Nico stuff started building and Coach Jay's in the air on a flight. And I'm like, Foul, we got to go live. He's like, what are we going to talk about? I said, we're going to talk like Tennessee fans. We're going to react raw to this along with the chat. That's what we do. We did it that day. We're going to do it again. If you missed the news, we're going to get into it in just a second. Let's see what the chat is saying. David says, Boogie, you saw this kid play. You say he's a baller. I believe you, brother. There is a difference between being a baller at App State and being QB1 at the University of Tennessee in the SEC. So we're going to talk about that. I will tell you guys what I've seen with my own eyes, what I feel, what I believe. Wayne's here says, I can't type, but you're here, Wayne, and that's all that matters. Preston Porter says, all the fake stuff being posted, it's not crazy to think an announcement is fake. Dude, Facebook is a disaster. It's just people from overseas, from India, from wherever. It's a disaster. Ball fan in AF dropping those custom Talkin VAWLS emojis. We appreciate it. G White's here. G White never agrees with me. I think we may agree on Joey Aguilar. I think we may agree, G White, for the first time in the history of this channel. We may agree. Elijah says, I want a film breakdown. Ooh, we could break down some App State film. Me and Coach Jay get in the film room. I'm down for that. White Pass and UConn for 10 says, glad the whole sorry episode is behind us. Not saying we were bad last year, but our whole offense needs to man up and step up. Let's go shock the world. Go Big Orange. Wade Rouse has been a member for 41 months. We appreciate you, Wade. Pretty happy with this pickup, to be honest. Is his ceiling higher than Nico? No, but he's proven more in college. Let's see how quick he can pick up the offense. I'll be behind whoever. Going to be a fun fall camp. Is this AR Coughlin? AR Coughlin becomes a member of the channel. Shout out. Appreciate it. Seth Nader's been a member for 33 months. What a turn of events. LOL. Happy almost 3 years. Timothy McGee's been a member for 19 months. He says, I'm happy we got a JUCO App State. It's not JUCO. App State's not JUCO. What are you talking about, Timothy? Hope we ball out and we start going after JUCO quarterbacks with experience and older. Dylan is here for 5. Says Joey football, baby. Print the shirts. Oh man, this is the picture perfect Talkin VAWLS story for an App State to come over and take over for the California kid and leave the balls to glory. That's what I'm here for. Joey football. Let's do it. Timothy McGee for 5. Our fan base don't have faith in our coaching staff. Bunch of armchair quarterbacks. That's what we all are. We're all armchair quarterbacks. Rod for 5. He's actually a great fit. Gunslinger who can run and put up big numbers. He do type. What? He do type. Matthew for 5 says, I'm back and it's time to put the ball down. Let's put the ball down and go play. That didn't work out last time, though. Knox Predator Catcher member for 33 months. Is it too late to trade back? We'll ask Coach Jay that in just a second. Wayne's been 44 months. We appreciate you, Wayne. Captain Freedom just joined the channel. Shout out Captain Freedom. Also, Dylan Arnold joined the channel. If you're wondering what they're doing, there's a join button right down there beside subscribe. You can join for just $1. Just $1 a month. There is strength in numbers. Your support means the world. That's what keeps this show moving forward. All right, all the plugs and chills catching up with you guys out of the way, but continue to put your thoughts into the chat. It is now official. On 3 tweets it out. Breaking. UCLA transfer quarterback Joey Aguilar is expected to transfer to Tennessee. Now, the first thing Foul Ming said was, Boogie, I don't think this is official. I don't know that this is real. I don't know that this is happening. Austin Price put it on the General's quarter says, I expect Joey Aguilar and Tennessee to be a match. Once he entered the portal, Tennessee has been on the phone with him and his representatives all afternoon. He follows it up and says, it is going to be a quarterback competition this fall. Fao Ming, I'll let you kick it off here. Josh Heupel had a pretty tall task, right? It's Nico hits the portal, and now do you go get QB1 or do you go get a body? Do you open up a quarterback competition? And I think we got a body. I think Joey Aguilar adds a body to the room, a guy that's got experience, but also a guy that I think can come in and compete. Does he win the job? I don't know. But what were your thoughts when you started seeing the name and digging into it, and now it's official?
Well, it's earlier today I saw that they were in talks, or he was supposed to visit or at least communicate today. And then we find out, starts getting a little rumor buzz around Twitter, but we've seen that for a week now. So I didn't want to get too ahead of myself, put the cart before the horse or anything. But then the more they talked about it, seemed like it was a surefire deal. I absolutely think it's a competition. I think they're bringing a guy in. I don't think it's clear cut that he's going to be the starter. I don't think it's a clear cut thing that he's going to be a depth piece. I think it's a true quarterback competition. I'm not, setting sails on Jake just yet. Let's see what happens. Got to come in, get ready in 3 months or less now. We can do the math. But I mean, obviously got some arm talent. We've seen him throw the ball around at App State. What's over 3,000 yards for 2 years in a row, I think. First things first, let's address the elephant in the room. Interceptions, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he's
you're about to hear it from me.
Right. Athletic kid. He's mobile, but he's not run first. I think he's got the arm talent, but let's talk about and pretty good ball placement. But let's talk about these interceptions. I'll be honest, I haven't seen enough film of him yet to break down issues why that's happened. I'm not like Boog here. I don't have a degree in watching App State, but just going by history at Tennessee with Heupel, you've not seen Tennessee have interception issues with any quarterback so far. So do we lean into it's a quarterback friendly system? Do we lean into Heupel, ex-quarterback, taking care of his guys, putting them in a good position? That makes me hopeful, thinking that Heupel will put him in a good spot, that he'll maybe draw up some things, put in some concepts that he's comfortable with. I don't know how much he's or exactly what he was doing at UCLA, right? We haven't seen that yet. So they had a new offensive coordinator. So I don't know that offense. I don't know what he's been planning to do all spring, what he's been working up to. So a lot of this is new. Bear with me, guys. I'm trying to scramble all this in at one time. One thing I would think is the other obvious thing, other than the interception possibilities here, is stepping up in competition, right? If you got any issues whatsoever, and you're going to step in the SEC, they're going to be magnified by 100. So the defenses are going to get more talented, faster. You're going to have to make those reads faster. But we don't know how much he's improved in a year. I don't know how much he's improved in the offseason. So I'm riding the Aguilar hype train right now. Let's see what happens, and I'm just ready to dive into film and see coach's breakdown.
Yeah, let me say this real quick. Uncle Daddy says traded quarterbacks with the 116th ranked offense in the country. Nice. Like this is what it's maddening. It's maddening.
He wasn't part of that, right?
Like he was not the quarterback there. He was the quarterback at App State last season. So like I get it. I get it. You want to voice your opinion, but if you're going to voice such a strong opinion and you want to be a negative Nancy, at least know what you're talking about. Like if you're going to come in aggressive and attack Joey Aguilar, at least know what you're talking about. He wasn't the quarterback of the 116th ranked offense last season. Now, did his production drop off last year? Yes, it did. It did drop off. Why? App State sucked last year, man. They had no talent around them. They did not have their offensive line struggled. They struggled with playmakers. Joey Aguilar was it last year for App State. What I like about this kid, and let me just put it on record right now, I think Jake Merklinger beats him out. I do. My question was not, well, is Joey Aguilar coming here to start? My question was, is Joey Aguilar going to come here knowing it is a full-blown quarterback competition? He's got 1 year of eligibility left because of the JUCO rule. Is he willing to come here knowing I could be sitting on the bench? I could be sitting on the bench for my last year of college football, And he's willing to do that because that's who he is, man. He is a dog. He is a fighter. He is gritty. He loves contact. When we watch the film, I hope Coach Shea picks some plays where he's going to lower that hit and he's going to hit somebody. He doesn't want to run out of bounds. He wants physical contact. He's a gritty, tough dude, but he's a gunslinger that will put the ball up in harm's way and trust guys to go make plays. That's who he is. And can Josh Heupel's offense fix that? Like, I go look at Hendon Hooker at Virginia Tech, his 2020 season, threw 9 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. He comes to Tennessee, throws 5 interceptions throughout the course of the next 2 years. So can Josh Heupel's offense fix that? Fowl, you also bring up good points. He's got a summer and fall camp to learn this offense. Coach Jay, I cannot wait. We're jumping in the film room on this one. I'm putting you to work. We're going to do it. We're going to break down some App State film. But what are your initial thoughts when you see Joey Aguilar commits to Tennessee?
I mean, my initial thoughts, Boogie, are I do want to hold judgment back for film. I mean, there's an old saying in this business that I work in that it says the eye and the sky don't lie, right? So I want to take a look at the eye in the sky. You know, when you posted this video this morning, Boogie, talking about Aguilar, I actually pulled. You ever start tweeting some or start typing a comment and, you know, maybe think better of it and erase it?
17 times a day. 17 times a day at least.
I had a comment like that because I thought it was an unfair comment when I haven't seen his film. And yeah, I'll address the UT Pavia and all that. But on its surface, Boogie, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I like it to push Jake, and I think Jake can be the man. So let me attack this from 2 different angles and speak out from 2 different sides of my mouth, if you'll allow me to. I think it's good to push Jake. I think it's good to have a guy that's kind of been around a little bit and a guy that can go out there and sling the ball and maybe make something happen if it doesn't work out with Jake. But on its surface, it's just a little too risky for me. As Fowl mentioned, you know, not too bad on the yardage, right? But, you know, 23 touchdowns, not bad for him, more than Nico. About 6.5% worse QBR, worse quarterback rating, a lot more picks, as you mentioned. If you're talking about it as a direct trade, I would think it was a horrible trade. And I think if we were all being honest, we'd agree on that, that it was not a good trade if the intent was for him to be QB1. But, you know, if it's just to push Jake, then I like it. But once again, I'm going to reserve a lot of judgment for that film. But you brought it up. I'm not going to celebrate posting a picture of him, you know, throwing a deep touchdown pass against Tulane or something like that, right? We can turn on film of Nico and watch him hit him against Sunbelt competition all day long. That's not really the mission. The test will be when he's playing Georgia, when he's playing Florida, when he's playing, you know, whoever. But I do like it to push Jake. I do like it for that reason.
Let me piggyback on what you're saying, because somebody was making the comparison. And, of course, it's going to be the thing to do is going to be say it's a trade. And I've said it myself, right? We traded Nico for Joey Aguilar. Guess who got the better deal when it comes to quarterback talent? UCLA got the better deal, period. It's not even up for debate. And people are bringing up money, right? And it's like, well, we saved a little money for Joey. Like, this is not a trade. This is not a Nico for Joey trade. That's not what we're dealing with. It's going to be a fun story for the media. Here's what we're dealing with. We are in this situation because Nico hit the road in April. That's why we are in this situation. Guess what? QB1 don't go into the portal in April. That doesn't happen. So when everybody's like, well, this is underwhelming, this is disappointing, when we're talking about the quarterback at Iowa State or wherever, and people are going, well, this is not a win. No kidding. Because nobody that's QB1 goes into the portal in April unless you're Nico and your dad holds the school hostage for $4 million and now you're making $900,000, and that's why we're in this situation. So for me, like, it's crazy, and I get why you're doing it, Coach, because it's like this is like clearly UCLA got the better quarterback. But I think Joey is the perfect fit for the situation that we're in, a one-and-done guy that's going to come in and compete and hopefully, like you said, push Jake Merklinger.
Yeah, and look, I see the comment Bill made. Like, we weren't getting a Heisman contender. I get that. Like, I agree. I'm not gonna ever judge Joey Aguilar on, you know, wishing we got a Heisman contender to do it. Like, that's not what I meant. And like I said about the film, I truly do mean that. Like, I'm flying a little blind from it. It's hard to pull stats and think back to maybe a game or two that I saw a half of, or a couple quarters of. That's not fair to him. I've probably seen about as much high school ball of his at Freedom High School in California. Yeah, you got another California quarterback either way.
I
Guys.
love.
Sorry. 95% of good quarterbacks are from the state.
Oh.
You're gonna have to deal with it. You are gonna have to cope. But either way, I'm not gonna do that to him, right? Like, we need to break down film. We need to judge him on his performances and what he does on the grass, not manipulating stats or a highlight to do what we want, guys. We need a full body of work. And then we also need to judge him on what he does, why he's representing the power team. And then get behind him, right? If he does start, if he is quarterback number one, then guess what? I just became the biggest Joey Aguilar fan on earth, guys. I just want to win. I just want Tennessee to win, period. But I also, like I've said on this channel a couple times, Boogie made all of us, Fowles knows this too, promise that we will always share our true point of view on this. And I would be lying if I said I didn't have concerns about the quarterback room this next season. And I think we all do to a degree, but go ahead.
Of course.
Yeah.
Let me catch up with the chat. Volunteer has been a member for 9 months. Volunteer Tennessee is about to give birth to that little tiny Talkin VAWLS baby. So we appreciate 9 months of support. Dim Barnyard builds for 23 months. Hope his game against Clemson last year was a fluke. Everybody's going to that game. Like, everybody's just going by one game against Clemson when he was surrounded by a bunch of dudes that couldn't compete. What does he look like when he's surrounded by guys that can compete? I don't know. I like everybody's going to that one game, and it's comical to me. Like, that's the theme they're going to run with. Wayne for 5 says, Dorfy, get her done. Appreciate all those Dorfies. Keep them coming. Shout out Wayne. Travis Adair, he's an Arkansas fan. I don't hate him as much as Georgia fans. I'll tolerate Travis. For 5, he says, Madden gone from Arkansas. Is this a theme? Is the Iamaliava?
Well, you know, Boogie, I just not to double back on this, but I believe there was a moment where I told you I wouldn't be surprised to see them all back in California to do some extenuating family circumstances they have going on with their grandfather, and then, of course, with other things we won't touch on out of respect to the family.
Timothy for 5 says, Boogie, don't pee down our leg until it raining. He started his career at Diablo Valley College, then went to App State. Yeah. Of course he played JUCO ball. I said that, Timothy. I said that. He played JUCO ball. That's why he's got the extra year of eligibility. But it's not like we went and got a JUCO kid. We went and got a kid that went from App State to UCLA to now Tennessee. God, two things can be true. That's what Coach Jay tells me. Captain Freedom for 10. Honestly, I'm here for it. I think it's pretty damn funny that we traded quarterbacks and saved money. I don't believe he will be the starter, but I'm here for the competition between some guys that want to be here. Knox Predator Catcher for 5. Is it just me, or does he look like a former UT QB? We see your memes, Knox Predator Catcher. No, it's not. It's not you. It's JJ. JJ's saying that he's JJ's or Jarrett Garantano's son. Randall Perry's been a member for 16 months. We appreciate that. Jamaica just became a member of the channel. Thank you for the support. Keep those memberships coming. Hit that join button, or you can go gift Talkin VAWLS. Nobody gives Talkin VAWLS memberships because Foul Ming's now a co-host, so he's like, I don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to gift those. But you guys can gift Talkin VAWLS memberships as well. James Bradford, member for 30 months, says on paper he fits the offense stylistically well. The interceptions I've seen, not all of them, mostly come from having to play hero at all times. Brandon Hall for 10. Any chance we got Aguilar for cheap, and still looking in the portal for anyone else who comes in late on the chance a bigger catch steps in. Nope, this is it. This is the guy. This is who we're rolling with. Chris has been a member for 18 months. We appreciate that. Good old Nate Pruitt's in the house. Member for 31 months. Howdy, Vols fam. Hope all is well. Not a fan of this move. Oh, yet time will tell. God bless and go Vols. T-Rob Gaming, multiple scenarios. He pushes our quarterback room. Josh pushes him and gets the best version of him, or we find a diamond in the rough. Worst case scenario, he doesn't start. Preston Porter for 5. Reason I'm behind this kid is because he got Nico'd like we all did. He got the same exact chip on his shoulder, and UCLA did him dirty. Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. Like he thought he had an opportunity to compete for a starting job. In comes Nico, And we're kicking him to the curb. Chase Tidwell gifted a Talkin VAWLS membership. We appreciate that. Who got it? Who got exposed? Darren Hensley got exposed as a lurker. Shout out, Chase. We appreciate you. Angry Titan for 5. I'm not concerned with the quarterback situation as long as we don't lose any blue chips like Matthews or Carter's. Dorfy, hey, does it not speak volumes that here we sit? What are we 5 days into this portal window? Matthews hasn't gone anywhere. Braylon Staley's not gone anywhere. Boo Carter's not gone anywhere. Val, do you think we kind of like look? Let's kind of change gears, and we can talk about Joey some more if you want. But look at the guys that we've lost, right? John Slaughter, Christian Charles, Larry Johnson. That one stings a little bit for me. I'm not going to lie, but we've not lost those big time playmakers. That was kind of my fear when Nico hit the portal. Who's going to follow him? I don't think we've really dealt with that.
Well, that was our first big concern, right? Was who follows him, or what does it do to the current roster? And I think, we hope that it would galvanize and bring everybody together, right? And at the time that we recorded the video, we weren't sure. It was too soon to tell. And now, like you said, several days into it, it seems like they're holding strong. Every one of those guys are on their socials with each other, posting pictures with each other. I think they're as close and as tight as ever. I'm currently, it could change in 5 minutes. It could change before this video's over, but I'm not currently worried at all about some of our core starters that were maybe on the fence back in December.
We sell a shirt at bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. It says, Coach Jay, you're muted. You can go check that out. The link's in the description. Go ahead, Coach.
No, I was just going to say, it seems like it's holding for the most part. I didn't like losing Larry Johnson. I did really vibe with what Boogie said. I think we lost a valuable depth piece when we lost him. So I didn't like that at all. But for the most part, I have been happy with our retention in the portal.
I don't think Brian Staley would mind me saying this. He called me right before we went live, and we talked about a lot of stuff. I think he's probably in the chat. He's like, Boogie, he's probably going, God, what is he going to say? What is he going to say? We talked about Larry Johnson because I told him, I was like, the guys that have hit the portal, I've not been that concerned about. And then we were talking about Larry, and he said, Boogie, I've been at practice. Larry Johnson was going to start day one. Like, Larry Johnson is a dude. But guess who else Brian Staley has seen in practice? That's David Sanders. And when Larry Johnson hit the portal, like even if Larry Johnson was going to start day one, I think he saw the writing on the wall. I think he knew before the end of the year that David Sanders was going to take over. I don't think this has anything to do with money. I think Larry Johnson hitting the portal is all about opportunity and playing time. And I think that's good for us, right? That tells us that David Sanders is that dude. Like, he is that dude. And now he's going to have to get up to speed a little bit earlier than we thought. But how fun is he going to be? I just got distracted because I've got ADHD. The kid from Notre Dame is now going to be possibly starting for Syracuse against Tennessee week 1. I think that's an interesting story. Where were you at on him, Fal? Were you a fan of the kid from Notre Dame, or do you think we did a better job getting Joey Aguilar?
I was on the fence. I mean, I kind of feel somewhere about the same because I haven't seen enough of either one against SEC caliber talent, right? I mean, he had the one game for Notre Dame. I mean, he had some highlights there, showed out a little bit, but that's one game. Just like we can't look at Aguilar and say, well, the one game. We can't. It's not apples to apples yet. And I wanted to bring up, like, we haven't seen Joey in this system yet. That's one thing, but this is probably, well, it is the best roster he's been on across the board, right? So what is he capable of? How much does that rise or raise his talent? I'm not like we said, I'm not steering away from Jake yet. Let's just talk this through. He's the topic of the moment, right? So let's say he's the starter. Talent for talent, like you said, we're giving that to UCLA. But if you factor in all the variables, okay, who has a better receiving core? Who's got a better offensive line blocking for him? Who's making up a better offensive scheme for him? I don't think he's had any of those things, and I don't think he's had anything close to those opportunities. So as far as that goes, I'm with you brought up the Notre Dame kid, and there's been several. I've sent you plenty of videos, right? I know you're done with those, but I want to ride with what Heupel chose. I know we've had some attempts here and there for different ones, but at the end of the day, Heupel had to choose that Joey's the guy to fit in the room and compete. So until I see otherwise, I'm riding with Heupel, and I'm going to stay excited for Joey.
Yeah. Look, I said it last time I was in here. You got to back the coach, right? You got to fully do it. Doesn't mean we can't sit in here and have questions, right? Questions are always
Absolutely,
good, and it creates healthy conversations. So I would urge everyone in the chat to try to do the same, like have that, that healthy conversation, and understand it's okay to ask questions and poke at it, and still respect coach, still respect these players, not go tagging them in crazy tweets or anything. But
Don't be a roach. Don't be a
yeah,
roach.
but yeah, man. Look, at the end of the day, you got to trust Coach Heupel. Boogie knows I wasn't a fan of the Notre Dame kid. Now, once again, just like with Aguilar, I didn't have a ton of film with him. Probably had a little more than Aguilar film that I've seen of the kids. So I'm okay with the decision, and we'll see how it plays out over the next couple weeks. Right, we'll get a head-to-head with them. So provided that doesn't go sideways, we won't have to riot in the streets and burn everything down.
Well, also, can we take a collective breath? I mean, regardless of you think we hit a home run or you think, well, it's not the guy. We have a guy. We have the guy we're taking.
Body,
right?
We needed one.
So we had to have a guy. There was days where we're not sure who we're going to get. If we're going to get someone, we definitely needed someone. So I think as a fan base, we can just collectively take a breath. Now we can evaluate our roster. We know the room. We know who's in the room. Now let the best man win.
Yeah. And like, again, I go back to Orange Vols on the full blown attack, but the only thing he's got is the Clemson game because he's seen it on Vol Twitter. He's seen it on the general's quarters. He's seen it somewhere. So I'm going to go watch the Clemson film, and I'm going to base my entire opinion. on Joey Aguilar. The one game where he played against a decent team. Yeah. And let's talk about his teammates, because Falming just brought up a great point. This is the first time he's ever going to play with a guy like Mike Matthews. This is the first time he's ever going to play with a guy like Braylon Staley, like Chris Brazzell, like Lance Hurd, like David Sanders. The list goes on and on. This is the first time he's ever going to be surrounded by talent. But my question to you guys, anybody that's anti-Joey Aguilar at this point, who you going to take? Who you going to take? Tell me who's available in the portal right now that you're going to take. Coach Jay just told you the Notre Dame, like it's comical. We're gonna compare him to Jarrett Garantano now. Like, that's the stupidest comment you can make. You're gonna compare him to Jarrett Garantano because you watched him play one game against Clemson and you didn't even watch it. You went and watched highlights. You have no idea what you're talking about. I get roasted every day on this channel for wearing an App State hat. I'm pretty sure I've watched Joey Aguilar play probably more than anybody else in the chat. Now, do I think he comes in and beats Jake? I don't think so. Do I think he's a competitor? Do I think he's gritty? Do I think he extends plays with his legs? Do I think he has a quick release? Do I think he gets the ball out quick? Do I think he makes great plays on the run? Do I think he can throw on the run? 100%. Do I think he's a dog, man? He's a dog. Give me 22 guys that have the fight that Joey Aguilar has, and we'll go win some football games. Now, does he have the athleticism? Does he have the arm talent? Does he have all those things that Nico had? No, he doesn't. Is Nico a better quarterback? 100%. Nico's a better quarterback. But these were the cards that we were dealt. Make it personal. Make it personal, you clown, because you're bringing no facts. You're just coming at me. I'm going to spit stupidity, and now I'm going to insult Boogie because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Like, I know what I'm talking about. I've seen Joey Aguilar play a lot of football. Like just to discredit him and insult Jarrett Garantano in the process is stupid and lazy. Go do your homework. Go tell me that he led UCLA's worst ranked offense. That's a great argument too. I love it. Does Joey Aguilar win the starting job? No, but who's out there in the portal? I will wait. Do you guys have anybody? Do you guys, like, who are you taking in the portal?
We needed a body at the end of the day. And that's why at the end of the day, I mean, you got to make that decision. You got to pull the trigger on someone, right? We didn't have, as Bill so aptly put out, there wasn't a Heisman Trophy winner waiting to come here, right? So we had to make a move. We needed a warm body at the end of the day. Is there things that is concerning? Yeah, we'll jump it into the film room, right? I'll look at the Clemson game. I'll tell you what. I'll look at the Georgia State game where he had a 93.2% QBR, right?
I was at that game in person.
I'll look at the Coastal Carolina game where he had a 24% QBR. Oh, right? Like there's weird stuff in these stats, which is why I want to get eyes on him, guys. Because there is some weird stuff in his stat line. Obviously the Clemson highlights weren't good. Obviously those Coastal stats aren't good. But that Georgia game, man, good. Old Dominion, 88% QBR. Yeah, and I get the competition, but there's some, like I said, there's just some weird things going on with his stats from my point of view. But let's get eyes on him. Let's give him a review.
What you're going to say?
The good and the bad in the review.
When you come out of it, you're going to say the same thing that I said, that he's a dog, he's a competitor, he's a fighter. He's not. I don't think he's QB1. Like people are a lot of people are mad at me in the chat because I'm defending Joey Aguilar, and I'm not saying he's the starter. I'm saying name somebody that you would have taken over him, and nobody in the chat's doing it. The people that are mad at me for saying that Joey Aguilar is a dog and a fighter and a competitor and a great fit for the circumstances that we're in. Circumstances are everything. If we go back to December and the portal opens and we know Nico's leaving early and this is what we come away with, that's a failure. But it's not December, Foul Ming. It's April. And there's not any – like people want to throw around the Illinois kid. And I'm like, but he's not in the portal. They want to talk about the TCU kid. Guess what? He said no thanks.
Right. Well,
Name a guy.
All those guys, I mean, in the portal or not in the portal, like deals are being made, right, one way or the other. So there's no way we'll ever know all the ins and outs of those deals. Are we? How sure are you guys? Like, are we sure that he's not the starter? I mean, I know
Nope.
I know we're going to go down this rabbit hole, but that's what I'm here for. So I don't know if he's got 1 year. Do you think he's coming in or agreeing to anything if he don't think he has at least a sizable shot? And I mean that's not taken away from Jake at all. I mean, I want him to rise to the occasion and make it clear cut. There is no other choice, right? But I think we may have more of a competition than you guys may think. I just don't think a guy's going to take a chance on his one season if he doesn't think just at least a 50-50 shot. I mean, and then how much does the maturity count? How much? I mean, I know he's late to the system, so Jake's got an advantage there. Jake was a higher recruit, so we're going to say what talent there. So, but we don't know how mature and how ready he is to take starting snaps in the SEC. Or, okay, so what about day one, first game, Syracuse? Who do you think? What's the odds for Joey being a starter in Syracuse versus Georgia versus Florida at the end of the season? Like by that time, maybe Jake or George is ready to go. But we got to remember these guys are young, and they also were not planning to be a starter 2 weeks ago. So as much as we want to say, well, he's been in the system a year, he's not been brought up to be the starter until about 8-9 days ago. So, and you take a guy like Joey, who's had so many snaps. I don't have the number in front of me exactly how many attempts and all this stuff, but to throw for over 6,000 yards, you've had a lot of snaps. So we've seen it play out in NFL where guys who just had played a lot of ball, played a lot of football, and that kind of makes up for some of the lapses in other areas.
Let me say this real quick, just because I'm looking at Joey's stats. Sacked in 2023, 19 times. Sacked in 2024, 15 times. The guy that's not had a whole lot of protection. But I want to keep your thought, Coach. I want to piggyback on what Foul Ming is saying there. Like
where I was going,
if it's Joey Aguilar and he's QB1, or just knowing that it's an open competition, does that make you more worried about Jake than you may have been 7 days ago? Because that's what it does for me. Knowing that Joey Aguilar is coming in to compete with Jake Merklinger, I'm going, is Jake maybe not who we hoped he was? And we've all three of us have had this conversation too. We're rewinding to 2024 because now we're going with a redshirt freshman again. but it's also a guy that doesn't have the talent, the arm talent, the throws that Nico makes.
Short and quick, Coach. Today, no, doesn't worry me. Week 3 against Georgia, still the same situation. I'm starting to worry.
Yeah. Fal, I agreed with a lot of what you said, and it's kind of why I stated it the way I did state it, which is I hope Jake beats him out, right? Like I hope he does that because I think the upside is better with Jake, right? That's why I want that. It's not so much. I don't. Once again, it's I know I digress, but I don't care who the crap is the quarterback of Tennessee. We're going to support him. We're going to want to win, right? Now, with that said, I tend to go with the guy who I feel like has the more upside, right? But do I think he was offered a fair competition coming in? Yeah, you would certainly think so and hope so because it is his last year. You know what I mean? To kind of make something of himself, to play the game that he loves. So yeah, I think he was given a real chance, and I think the coaching staff might have a different opinion than we do. They might want Aguilar to win this competition so that they can give Merck another year to grow, so that they can give GMAC another year to grow. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's a good thing to give young players time to grow. There's just guys. There's so many things that you don't know what goes on in spring ball from wide receivers to quarterbacks to injuries to insane family members and everything else under the sun. So at the end of the day, it comes down to you got to trust coach. I hope Aguilar pans out, and I hope he pushes and propels Jake into a starting role. Now, if he doesn't, we'll see.
I'll be concerned. I'll be concerned.
Yeah.
If Joey Aguilar is the starter, I will be concerned.
And I'm already concerned to a degree, right? I voiced that. There's nothing wrong with that. You can still support Tennessee, root for them, and be a little concerned. That's fine, right? We can do that. What I would urge everyone to do is if this thing does go sideways, not to freak out. Give the coaches a mulligan and let them right the ship over the next season.
We rewound everything by a year. This is what we did. Go ahead, Phil.
If you look back, I mean, we had the same situation with Nico last year. I mean, it was his first year starting. Sure. So did we have worries then? I don't think we voiced them as much as maybe we thought them. But going into it, we didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know how he was going to play out. So it's the same way with Jake. I mean, it's just the whole – yes, there's worries there, but are they warranted? I could argue both ways because there's so many unknowns. But, I mean, who knows? Florida rolls around. Maybe it's George by then. Maybe he's had enough time in the system. Maybe talent wins out. Maybe talent wins the day 6 months down the road. I mean, we got a lot to do and a little time to get there across the board. You got experience in Joey, but no time in the system. Like nothing in the system, right? You got Jake, a year in the system, no reps at one. George just got here, right? All the talent in the world just got here. So I'm set. I'm 33.3% about who's starting at Syracuse right now.
If you had to play, let's go around the table. You had to place your bets. Who you take? I'll give you time to think.
Who do I want or who do I think it'll be?
Who do you think? Let's start with Coach. I'll give you time to think about it because you said you're 33.3. I thought you were doing Steiner math. I thought you were going to break it down for me. Coach, who's starting week 1?
I'll go with Merck.
I think it's Jake Merklinger.
I think Aguilar starts week 1. I do. I think just this, not just hype, but this whole coaching staff seems to lean towards experience, seems to lean towards the older guys. It just seems like that's what they're more comfortable with. But I think it's going to come down to clear cut. How quickly can he pick up the system? If he shows hype, I mean, even if they're close or Jake's a little bit better, let's say Jake's looking a little bit better, maybe not heads above, but better. I think week 1, if they're comparable, I think he goes with the veteran snaps at least week 1.
Yeah. I mean, and I wouldn't be surprised, Val. It's why we're all stating we think, right? Because no one knows.
But that's
right?
90 days from now. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows if he can pick up everything that quick?
A lot of things can happen. There's many a slip between the cup and the lip. There could be an injury by then there could be someone to catch fire.
Could you imagine Joey comes in and gets hurt first day of practice? Like, I mean, let's hope that doesn't
I will
happen.
say this: the proverbial bubble wrap better be out with the quarterbacks in the scrimmages, right? Because
For the whole room,
the one thing we do not want to happen is for an injury to happen. That would be, the worst thing that could happen.
All I'm doing is dealing with the troll in the chat. It's like, tell me to stop, pal. Just tell me to stop.
Just ignore it. Stop reading the comments. There's too many to keep up with.
I like to engage, man.
We'll engage with super chat.
I don't.
If it's not worth $1, it's probably not that important, right?
I like to have a good time, but I also like to laugh when somebody's like, "You're a clown." You're here watching my show. I have no idea who the hell you are. So, I mean, one of us is winning and one of us isn't. Coach, were you going to say something? I was going to jam super chats.
Nah, jam them out, bruh.
All right, let's jam some super chats. I did say, because Big T, I respect Big T. Big T's here. He's here all the time. He supports the channel. He drops super chats. He's a member of the channel. And he said ban him. Ban this guy. I don't like, you guys know me. I got attacked because I will ban somebody for the sake of a good bit. So if you want the Orange Voller, who's not trolling, he just knows more than I do. If you want him banned, a $20 super chat, and I'll ban him. Wayne says, who the F is it? Wayne will punch a dude in the face for this channel. Elijah Allen, the kid, been a member for 46 months. I got a weirdly good feeling about this team this year. Tennessee is about to play smash mouth, take no prisoners football. It's about to be a great year to be a Tennessee Vol. I had this conversation, Brian, if you're listening, I'm not exposing too much of our conversation, but I brought up what Miles Kitselman said after Nico transferred, and he kind of validated that and was like, yeah, this team is rallying together after everything went down with Nico. When he missed practice and went AWOL, this team came together, and that's a beautiful thing. Fred Wright becomes a member of the channel. Shout out, Fred. We appreciate you, my man. JJ has been a member for 30 months. Cap Morgan for 2. Not about money. Skip practice and ghost coach. You're done. I agree. Wade Rouse for 5 says he's got a good arm, got some good wheels. Watching play at South Alabama 2 years ago. He's not too bad. We will see what he does in the step up to the SEC. It's a big jump, man. It's a big jump, which is why I think Jake ultimately starts. But I think he's the perfect fit. Because of the scenario and the situation, and there's nobody else out there, and you bring in a 2 to 3 year guy, you're going to disrupt the room. And does Jake transfer? Does George transfer? This is the perfect fit. Michael's been a member for 30 months. Said I'd say give Aguilar a chance. Remember, Hooker wasn't even that great before he came to Tennessee and played for Heupel. I agree. Spot on. Sean Collins for 10. Whoever shows up and balls out with the T has my support. GBO. That's what I'm talking about, Sean. Timothy for 5. This sort of reminds me of the Ray Stevens song, Armchair Quarterback. Is that the song he requested last night? I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. Late Night Talkin VAWLS. Corey Smith gifted 5 Talkin VAWLS membership. Shout out, Corey. One Corey stepping up for another Corey. I appreciate that. Cody Copeland for 20. That's an orange boy. If you drop an orange super chat, we have to do something around here. We got to play the clip.
Rocky Top!
Cody Copeland says, GBO, we needed a 1-year guy with Brandon coming in next year. Plus, with Hype, it'll be a 3-man quarterback battle, and the man that wins will have my full support, whether it is him, G-Mac, or Merksinger. Let's win ball games. That's what AP said. AP said it is a full-blown quarterback competition. Let the best man win, and I love it. Y'all have spoke to it. Coach said it. If it pushes Jake to be better, then sign me up. Timothy for 5, I sometimes question our coaches developing players in quarter. Excuse me, sir? You question our coaches developing quarterbacks? I mean, we threw darts at Joe Milton all year last year. Guess what? He's in the league. Like, a disappointment in Heupel's offense at Tennessee is in the league. I don't know what more you want. James Fair for 2. Madden has entered the portal. Is he going back to UCLA? I think I saw somebody say he is going to UCLA. And, Coach, you mentioned family stuff. Maybe it makes sense for Madden to move back to California. Yeah. Yep. So, Rod for 5 says, so how would Nico look if he was at App State's quarterback against Clemson? Better than Joey. He would look better than Joey. I've said that.
It's still just so hard to deal in ifs like that. Like it just is, man. Like it's tough to know something like that.
Is it, Coach? Is it?
If it makes you guys feel better, yeah.
No, I'm saying it myself. But it's circumstances, right? It's the circumstances.
Yeah,
It's
it
not a
is.
straight up trade. It's who's available and who is not.
Yes. Yeah.
Fly fish for 20. That is an orange boy. We shall play the clip.
Rocky Top, you'll always be.
I'm a man of the people. I'm a simple man. I do what the chat asks. The orange Voller wants to come in and act like an idiot, and then we want to have a debate. We want to have a conversation, and then he wants to attack me. Then I will monetize him. I love to monetize my haters. And Flyfish says, ban him. The hammer has dropped. Drop the hammers. Drop the hammers in the chat. People will comment and say, oh, I used to like this channel until Boogie banned people. I will ban anybody. I will ban Coach J for $20. Drop those $20 super chats. Maybe I won't be able to pay my mortgage next week, but we'll survive somehow. John Watts for 5 says, late Dorothy. Shout out, John. We appreciate you. Brad for 5 says, GBO, Chris Lowe reporting Madden plans to go to UCLA. Big T's the one that started this mess. He said, ban him, Boogie. I said $20. I've now made $40 off of that clown, and he's still watching. He's like Roach Lice. He's on Twitter going, Boogie's a jerk. Boogie's a this. Boogie's that. Well, I made $40 off you. That's enough. We'll play the clip.
Rocky Top, you'll always be.
Shout out Big T. We appreciate you. Timothy McGee for 2 says new freshman. Why do I half the time I don't know what Timothy's even talking about? New freshman. What's he talking about? He's talking about Faison Brandon. Never know what anybody.
I don't know.
Never know what anybody is talking about. Y'all want to move forward? Any final thoughts on Joey? Go ahead. Go ahead, Fal.
Well, it kind of leads into the next thing, so skip it if you want to. But I was just wondering, like, what do you guys think? Does this help or hurt bringing in wide receivers? We've talked all spring about trying to get another wide receiver because it's such a shallow room. We don't have a lot of depth there. So does this help get a transfer in, or is it because we now know who's going to be in the room, or does it hurt because it's not the flashiest choice?
I'm going to go stock stagnant for me on that, which I don't think our stock was good as it is. You know what I mean? As far as pulling in a wide receiver, just because of the optics, you know what I mean? It's not because I don't believe in Jake. I do. And I think people should be fine wanting to come play in our system with the 3 young quarterbacks that we're about to have there, specifically if it's a young guy, right? Like if you can find a young sophomore or freshman with a lot of talent in the portal, that'd be great. The optics right now are so bad, I don't know if we're able to pull that.
Well, on the flip side of that, because we've had such a shaking of the tree here, we've really rattled the whole system, and yet very few have fallen out. Very few have entered the portal, and none of these young wide receivers and the core hasn't went anywhere. So does that make another guy come in and say, well, that must be a good culture. That must be a good wide receiver room. That must be something that I want to be a part of, because something as massive as this that shook basically all of college football, like it or not, for what it's worth, we still haven't lost anybody out of that room that we were worried about. So does that make them think, hey, maybe that's something I want to be a part of? Or like you said, it's just kind of is what it is. It's the same, and there's really no upside. And I'm on the fence. I don't know. It could be the one. I'm just trying to argue a different angle.
I guess it depends if it's a body foul or like, are we talking about a one? You know what I mean? Like if we're talking about a starter, I don't think we're going to pull one in at the wide receiver position. If we're talking about a depth piece, then yeah, I think maybe it would be enough to get them. But
I could see it maybe being a younger guy that would be in the room for a while, but maybe not the one and done.
I would love to hear Heupel's sales pitch. Is his sales pitch, hey, we got 3 dudes now. We got 3 guys. We're going to roll with the, like, you know what I mean? Like, what is his sales pitch? Because to me, I don't think adding Joey Aguilar is going to pull any high profile wide receiver. No. Are you selling them on the offense? But then on the flip side, why is Mike staying? Why is Braylon staying? Why is Chris Brazzell staying? Why are all these elite why is Boo Carter staying? Right? Why are they staying? Is it because they believe in Jake? They've seen Jake in practice, and we can talk about the orange and white game. We could talk about, you know, what Jake looked like, what George looked like. It's Coach Jay said it many times. It's a small sample size. It's a small body of work, and it was. I've said it in so many videos because Coach looks over at me and goes, "We're watching a really dumbed down practice right now," and it's like, it was so boring. Like for me to do the video the day after, and I'm like, it was the most boring. Like I talked about Nico for 9 minutes, and I talked about the orange and white game for 60 seconds because it was boring. It was dumbed down. It was as dull gets. So I take very little away from what Jake did in that orange and white game.
I think especially if you're a young wide receiver looking for your place, trying to find your way, I think that might be enough to kind of make me curious about that room, make me say, hey, could I get in there and be a part of that team? They seem like they're a family. They seem like they're tight all together. That would be the appealing side of it for me.
Yeah. I like the kids that came up from San Jose State. I think the wide receivers, kids like that, I think you can nab. Like I said, I think I'm just pulling away from the one so much, and maybe a kid from a smaller squad like that, but a football rich state that can perform well and maybe play above their pay grade.
Or maybe they got a parent or family member that really cares about their kid's career and wants to put them in a nice place that's going to take care of them. So, those are out there. I've heard. I haven't seen
that. San Jose State was a perfect example. San Jose State, man, that place is in the hood, man. Like, have you ever been to San Jose State to watch a football game?
Yeah.
Bring your strap, man. Bring your strap if you ever got to go to that game, because you will need it at the concession stand.
Got some dogs out there, huh?
Well,
they got something.
we're gonna bleed into it. You guys want to go through some of the portal targets? Some of these guys are scheduled to visit. I've got a bunch of windows pulled up. If you guys want to go through a handful of them, we can. Let me catch up with you guys. Angry Titan for 2 says this is to keep Coach Jay. I think Coach Jay's worth $2. I think he's worth $2. Ron the Don for 5. Dorothy and still at checking from work. Let's go. Timothy McGee for 2 says comments before about developing new freshmen. Why does Timothy always have me so confused? Developing new freshmen at what position? I'm always lost.
His previous comment.
I know, but it's always so late when I come back to it. I feel like me and Timothy are on 2 different wavelengths. Jive Turkey for 2. Glad to be here. Beautiful day in Japan. Hashtag GBO. We appreciate you. Brian S. Brian, is that you? Is this your burner account, Brian? Drops a $10 super chat. Nothing to say, just a tip in the tip jar. We appreciate that, Brian. Cody Copeland for 5 from 1 to 10. How excited is Coach Jay to watch Power T-Lander at linebacker this year? I think he's going to ball out and be a thumper.
Very excited. As a lot of you know, I was on T-Lander from the moment we did his film breakdown, so I'm super excited about it. I like our linebacker core. I want to see him continue to develop in the pass defense game. That goes for T-Lander and Arian, but excited about what they can bring coming downhill and coming off the ball.
Let's see. We got Big Trey for 5. I'm glad this is done and we can continue to move forward. Hope we add a couple more folks from the portal for depth in the wide receiver room, secondary, or trenches. No, I'm good. No, I am so screwed up. The leaderboard is off. I'm sorry, the leaderboard is off. We'll fix it. Somebody needs to drop $21. No, there it is. Big T. We'll update it real quick. Big T SNSD. I always mess this up. Big T SNSD. It's probably wrong. I'm sorry, Big T, but I'm gonna put you on there for $20. Let's do it. Let's do this. Let's promote. We got 1,000 people watching. We ran 200 people off because I blocked somebody and cussed at somebody and yelled at somebody, and people don't like that. But if we get to 1,500, if everybody shares this out, put it on Twitter, social media, Facebook, let Tom over at MySpace know that you are live. If we get to 1,500 live viewers, we'll give away some merch. Why not? We'll give away 2. How many, Coach? 2, 3, 4? Please say 2. Please say 2. Please say 2. Please say 2.
5. No, 3.
2, 3. 3 is fair.
3.
We get to 1,500 live viewers. We got 1,000. If everybody shares it out, if everybody smashes the thumbs up, we will make this happen. We'll give away 3 free shirts from bonfire.com/store/talkinballs. We got brand new Nike theme hats. Sure. Good Lord have mercy. Can I start that over? Nike themed hats. We got trucker hats, bucket hats. We got Nike themed merch. Check out Foul Ming. Foul Ming's rocking a Nike. Is that a t-shirt? Nike t-shirt. Yep. Looks clean. Got the Nike swoosh. Man, I love that we have Nike merchandise. We also got quarter zips, golf polos, travel mugs, whatever you want, windbreakers. We got offensive shirts that say FUGA, Buck Fama. If you don't want to be offensive, we also have Beat Georgia, Beat Florida. Florida, what is it? Gator Hater, Kentucky's Daddy, whatever you want. Bonfire.com/store/talkinballs. Your support means the world to us. If we get to 1,500 live viewers, we will give away, what did we say? 3? Is that what we said? 3 shirts. All right, let's talk about some portal targets. I got so many things pulled up. This just came out this morning. Is this morning? Yeah, this morning. BYU All-American transfer wide receiver kick returner Keelan Marion has heard from these 19 schools since entering the portal. In his career, he has 76 catches, 1,125 yards, 12 total touchdowns. Also has 38 kick return attempts for 881 yards and 3 touchdowns. I talked about him on the video this morning, and he's got 1 year of eligibility left. So he's a guy that spent 2 seasons at Connecticut before he transferred to BYU. And I ran down his bio at BYU, and it's first team All-American, second team All-American, Big 12. It's all kick returner. Like, do you put much value on that, Foul Me? A guy like, how many times do we just throw the hand up, take a knee, take the touchback? But he's a guy that had 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns. I saw a lot of people talking about Boo Carter. Boo Carter returns punts. Keelan Marion returns kickoffs. So this could be a weapon offensively. And BYU had a lot of plans for him, man. They wanted to involve him not only in special teams but also on the offensive side of the ball.
Right, and we haven't had an electric kick returner like that since what, Bayless?
Bayless, so, maybe even go back to Evan Berry, man. Like, Bayless was good. Evan Berry was electric. This kid could be electric. 2 touchdowns in 1 year. That's electric.
The only thing that worried me, it's almost the opposite of the quarterback situation where are we attractive to a guy who has 1 year left where we have so much talent? I almost see like, is he okay with being a rotational piece, or does he want to be the guy? And I'm not saying you can't be. I'm not saying you can't be here, but we seem to have a lot of talent in that room that's ready to go. And I don't know, just from a pure rep count, if we can pull somebody for just 1 year, but I'd love to have him. He seems like an electric player, a playmaker, a guy you want to get the ball in space. I'm sure Hypo could scheme all kinds of things up for him. So I'd absolutely like to have him.
After last night, I want nothing to do with any member of BYU football team in any way, shape, or form.
Making the video this morning, I'm like, Coach Jay probably loves this guy.
Yeah, no BYU players. Terrible. Can't do anything. I am forever mad at their little digitally animated men. No, look, give me all the athletes. Give me speed. Speed sells in the SEC. I'll take all the speed guys we can get in reality.
And we need a body, right? We need
you need a warm body. It's just like the quarterback position, guys. We need another warm body. We need someone there who, if you could throw them in, might not be perfect, but we'll go in there and fight for you and make some things happen.
He's got offers from SMU, Miami, Arizona State, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Florida State, Baylor, West Virginia, Virginia Tech, and Wisconsin. And then, of course, Tennessee offered. He's planning to take a visit likely this upcoming weekend. The video this morning I kind of talked about, I was like, are they planning this weekend because they're trying to wrap up this quarterback situation? But now, of course, we know we got Joey Aguilar, so they know what they are dealing with. This one's a little bit more fresh for me. I've not really dug into this one. Gosh, I have so many tabs open. But Coach Jay, you mentioned it. The kid from San Jose State, Trayshawn Hurry, 6'2", 194 pound. I think he's going to be a junior in his upcoming season. I don't know a lot about this kid. I don't know a lot about him. Originally from California, had 28 catches, 482 yards, and 2 touchdowns last season. The last 2 seasons combined, 57 catches, 866, and 3 scores. Coach, do you know much about this kid? Again, we jumped on within 20 minutes.
Yep.
Run with this one.
Yep.
But Tennessee has offered. They've offered.
Yep, been in camps with him. Good kid. He can pick him up and put him down. Good route runner, good hands. He would be a true asset for us. A sleeper. A lot of kids come across into San Jose State and are good athletes. They do put up good athletes. It's the depth that they don't have, and a lot of kids will transfer out of there to kind of get their grades in order. Not to be rude, but a lot of those kids that go to San Jose State don't have the best grades, so they are there to get that corrected before they move on. But a great kid, really a humble kid, can surely play the game of football. So I would love to have him. Sneaky good and could be a true weapon for Tennessee.
Foul, any thoughts, or are you like
if he
me?
commits, we will do a film. Yeah, if he
not even
commits,
seen this
we will
kid.
do a film. And Boogie, there might be some bonus film from Coach Jay's old camera.
Let's go. I'm here for that. I'm here for that.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
Foul, I'm assuming you have no idea. Like you're in the same camp as me.
Oh,
I just
yeah,
saw
well,
the name right before we went live. I'm like,
I'm
I have
literally
no idea.
scrambling all over Twitter right now, trying
right,
to
you're good,
find
you're
every
good.
little stat I can find on these guys. And then it crashed. So I've been over here just scrambling, trying to pull it back up.
For the fans, by the fans means something.
Absolutely.
When Joey Aguilar became official, I said we're going live. Bring what you got. That's it.
Volga, I was praying before the whole Nico mess happened, and you can ask Tom or these guys. I was praying for UCLA to be the game and not Georgia Tech, because that's where I fell in love with Tennessee, was at UCLA games at the Rose Bowl. I will always love that venue, the Rose Bowl. If you have never had an opportunity to attend a Rose Bowl game, they are amazing. Not the UCLA games are whatever. They can be fun. I'm no UCLA fan, but the actual Rose Bowl game, man, it's got to be a bucket list for everyone. Absolute blast to go. And I was hoping it would be that instead of Georgia Tech. So it would have been fun if we got that matchup. Sorry, had to interject there.
Let me jump back in with the chat. Johnny Price for 5 says, to be honest, Tennessee may have a 3-headed monster at the quarterback room now. Tennessee may now have the best quarterback room they have had yet. No.
We'll find out.
The best quarterback room was Joe Nico. No, because it was Joe Nico and Gaston Moore. I don't know that it's the best. It's just equal grant. Like you could argue. People want to talk about George starting, and I'm like, he looked pretty good. He looked pretty good in the spring game, but again, small body of work. I think George has a high ceiling. It's tough to start as a true freshman.
I think it's going to come down to who can adapt the fastest, who can pick it up, who's got the football IQ to pick it up the fastest. I mean, Tennessee's in a bind; they need something in a hurry. Whoever steps up to the plate, that's who it's going to be.
And that should give Jake the advantage, right? I mean, Jake, again, he's been in the system. He's got more time. He's got more experience. It's got to give him the advantage.
That's why it worries you, right? I mean, if it's not him.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. If Jake starts this fall, if they go through summer, they go through fall camp, and then they go into week 1 and they announce Jake as the starter, I'm like, all right, that makes sense. Like that. Let's go. I'm ready to ride with Jake. But if it's
you more confident if he's the week 1 starter? Are you more confident in what he's going to be able to do or where he's at, or are you more worried if he's not the guy? Which one is the more drastic?
No, if he's the guy, I'm got way more confidence. If he's the guy, way more confidence.
Well, because I'm going to look at it as if I got a true freshman and a guy who's been here 3 months. So I mean, if that doesn't necessarily give me the most confidence that he's the guy yet. Because who did you have to beat out? A true freshman who just got here and a transfer that's been here 3 months.
You're asking these hard questions.
You see what I mean?
But if he's not the starter, then I'm like, good Lord, Jake's done.
That's what I'm saying. I think that side's more drastic. Because if he can't beat out the guy that's been here 3 months or a guy who just got here, you know what I mean?
I'm with you, Val. I think that would be not good. Like if Jake's the clear-cut guy and he wins the job going away, right? I still think we're in a difficult place this year. My ceiling would kind of be like 9-10 wins. My floor would be like 6 wins, which that's a low floor. But I'll tell you what, if it does go that bad way, I think 7's my ceiling.
Wait, hold on. Rewind that.
I don't
Say
know
that
what just
again.
happened, but my confidence just fell out the bottom.
Yeah, what the hell just happened? Say that
well-
again. No, wait. Say that
Like
again, Coach.
if Jake's not the man, then 7 is my ceiling.
That's a huge
well, how much
problem.
confidence do you have that we're going to get better throughout the season, though? I mean,
If Jake's the guy, then I think 10 wins is the ceiling. I mean, if he catches fire, like I don't think that will be what happens. I'm kind of at a 8 or 9 win season in that case, but
we're almost in a weird spot where no matter who the guy is,
once again,
all
it's
three
guessing.
of them should be better
Dude, it
in
is
week 6.
guessing. We have not seen them week 1. We haven't seen how much. What does every coach say, including myself? The most growth is week 1 to week 2. We haven't seen that, so all of it's just farting in a cup and hoping it doesn't smell when it comes out. Like we don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? So,
but that's one thing I think we can keep hope throughout the season is because no matter who the guy is, they all should be growing in the system throughout the season. So every practice, all 3 guys in the room should be getting better and more comfortable. So if we start out rough, that doesn't necessarily make me worry that we can't, grow from there or get better.
Sure, you can right the ship. You can always right a ship and get better throughout the season, no doubt about it. And once again, you're going to hear this a lot from Coach Jay, and Boogie knows this too, and I know Val probably does too. A lot of you guys, my whole word before Nico even left was growth and development, right? Both those things, and they become way more important now than they were when I first said them. So growth and development throughout the season will be extremely important, and I would encourage every Tennessee fan. There might be a time early this year where you get pissed off, and I would encourage you all to bite down and let this team continue to fight and rally behind the Power T if things aren't looking good early.
Are we all in a fair?
You're either a Vol or you're not.
We're it's almost like this season's a wash. Like Nico put us in this situation where it's like we could go out and have success, but it's like our goal was college football playoff, take a step, win a game or 2. Now it's like we can't even figure out who the damn quarterback is. Like how can you hold Josh Heupel to some standard of 10 wins? And yeah, some people will choose to eat him alive. Some people will make excuses to roast Josh Heupel and fire Josh Heupel and all that nonsense. But Nico kind of put us in this situation.
And you know what?
I think it's almost a wash this year.
Yes, and as a coach, sometimes these can be your best situations as a coach.
Sure.
I'd like to remind everyone on this channel. I said once that I don't think 22 is Coach Heupel's favorite season at this school. I don't think it is at all. Was his favorite season? I think the 21 team, where everyone left, where everyone quit, where only a small amount of players said, "You know what? I don't care. I want to play for the Power T. I came here because I love Tennessee. I came here because I bleed orange. I came here because I feel about this university like most of the people, almost every one of you in the chat feel about Tennessee, that you lay down and die for them if they ask you to, man." That's what he fought for. And let's also be reminded, when Coach Hype was put in a really, really difficult situation in 21, he found a way to win. And I'm going to lean on that. I am going to lean on that Coach Heupel, when the chips were down and it was hard to figure out a way to win, got it done. And I'm going to ride with him because he's shown me when things are tough, he could fight.
You take like right now, I'd be much more worried if we had a guy who's been here and been a starter for 3 years straight, and then we start out rough like that. I would be much more concerned. I think right now, Hop, in a lot of ways, I think he enjoys the challenge, man. I think he's a competitive guy, and he's got 3 guys in the room that want to be there and want to learn and want to grow. I think he's got 3 guys that want to absorb every bit of knowledge he can give him, or he can give them, and like, I agree with you, Boog, but at the same time, I'm like, it's still Tennessee, it's still SEC. Like, we got to win. I know it's a wash in the sense of like, well, Nico's dad put us in this situation. I'm not even gonna say Nico. Nico's dad put us in this situation, but Hop's not just a quarterback's coach, so he can't ride or die just because his quarterback lived up to the potential or not. He's the head football coach at Tennessee. You got a roster full of talent. You better go win. Now, if it comes down to a late pick in the fourth, then the guy just couldn't make the throw. Maybe, and it's early, so it's either a freshman or a guy who just got here. I can give you some slack on that, but when the pen comes to paper, you better have some dubs, because at the end of the day, you're in the SEC. It's time to go.
But here's the thing for me: like Josh Heupel's expectation never changed.
Absolutely,
I think when Nico no-showed and went AWOL, and Heupel made the statement, "Nobody's bigger than the T," he flushed it. He's like, good riddance. And I'm sure he was heartbroken, and it's tough because, look, Josh Heupel loves Nico. And guess what? Let's flip the script. Nico loves Josh Heupel. Like I know people don't want to hear it. They don't want to talk about it. Nico's statement when he committed to UCLA, talking about his time at Tennessee, that's authentic and that's genuine. And it's easy as a Tennessee fan to discredit that and say, screw you. What Nuck Fico? Y'all want Nuck Fico shirts? That's what they want. It's like for Josh Heupel, you got to snap and clear, and you're broke. And Coach Jay, like the greatest Talkin VAWLS episode that nobody ever heard in the Airbnb before the Orange and White game. Like Coach Jay has spoke on it, man. Guys that he coached, they're gone, and you just have to snap and clear. Love Bush Jones, 63 Everett, keep pushing forward, brick by brick. We'll get there. It's like that's all you can do is move forward. But for me, as a fan that is sitting back looking at this, I can put perspective on it and say, yes, Josh Heupel's job is still to go win a SEC championship, a national championship. But as a Tennessee football fan with a half of a brain, my expectations changed because we just took a five-star generational talent, and I'm saying we're not trading, but for the sake of lack of better words, you traded him for App State's previous quarterback. That's not a fair trade. We got screwed. Yeah, we saved some cap money. Well, congratulations. Guess what? Expectations for me changed in 2025. That doesn't mean that Josh Heupel's not trying to win a national championship, SEC championship. I'm just saying my expectations changed. But also, I love the fight. Dude, I love the conversations I'm having with people in the building that are telling me this team has a chip on their effing shoulder. I love it. I love it. Let's go prove the world wrong. Let's go prove Boogie wrong. Screw it. Screw me. Screw it.
That was exactly my next point. I mean, it's one thing to say coach and his staff, their expectations won't change or their goals won't change. This roster's goals didn't change. This roster's expectations didn't change. There's 100 guys sitting beside each other saying, I don't care who walked out and who walked in. We're going to go play for each other, for this team, and for this university. And maybe it's just the football guy in me, but like to me that means something. Like you put that chip on the shoulder. I think these guys. Did we lose talent at the quarterback position? Absolutely. I don't think anybody's arguing that, but I think there can be a positive effect on this team. Can some of these guys rise to the occasion? Can the guy who was just going to ride the coattails of maybe a higher profile player, can he now step up, live up to his potential, and can this team overcome something like this? And if I'm coach, if I'm a player on that team, man, I'm chomping at the bit to prove the whole country. Forget this kid. I mean, love him. He can be your brother, but that chip's got to be massive. I want to play today. I want to play tomorrow. Suit them up, tie up your cleats, man. I want on the field today if I'm in that room. And to me, that equals out some of that. Well, we lost a little talent over here.
Hey, Fowl, tell him where he can pick up your muted
I know
shirt.
If y'all like this shirt, you can get it, but you can also get a muted shirt for Coach Jay and support Coach Jay.
Bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, a couple things. It's and in the chat, and Dale, I like a lot of what Dale says a lot, but there was one thing he said a little bit ago, like T. Martin didn't need $4 million. Well, T. Martin probably wouldn't have played his senior year here because he probably would have transferred because he was good enough to play somewhere else in the common era. It's kind of just impossible to make, I don't know, these weird comparisons like
can I piggyback that
have done in nowadays time. It's kind of weird.
Stay on your
and also
process.
I have
this drives me nuts. A 20-year-old is still a kid.
Too.
A 20-year-old is still a kid. You give me $2 million at 20 years old, I'm going to make some stupid mistakes. And my poor wife, I was preaching at her the other day because I get this all the time. Well, there's 18-year-old men that go and fight for this country. There are. And guess what? They're a different breed. They're the elite of the elite. If you're 18 years old and you go fight for this country, you're different. Like you're the exception. You're not the norm. There's not a bunch of 18-year-old kids out there that put their life on the line, lay their life on the line, so idiots like us can get on YouTube and talk about Tennessee football. There is a difference between the men and women that serve in our military. 20 years old, you're a kid. You're a kid. And if you think you can compare a 20-year-old, and maybe you're in your 30s, maybe you're in your 40s, and you're like, screw him, screw this, screw that. And I'm like, what would you do? What would you do if somebody came to you and said, oh, you're getting paid $100,000 a year? I'm going to give you $200,000 if you come here, or you may get $200,000 if you go there. Man, it's easy to attack kids and then want to hold them to some standard as an adult. 20 years old is not an adult. That is a kid. Is he making millions of dollars? Yes. That's the world we live in. That's because you, Bender of Strings, me, Coach Jay, Foul Ming, everybody in this chat love college football, and that's why these kids get the opportunity to make the money that they're making. That doesn't mean that they're all of a sudden going to make adult, responsible decisions. Now you add in the culture, now we're going down a different path. Sorry, Coach, go ahead.
No,
How many of us have debated a $4 million decision also?
Yeah. I was just going to comment kind of on that too, but I was just going to say, like, I was a idiot at 20 years old, for God's sakes. It doesn't mean I was an adult and you couldn't be held accountable as an adult. And I said it on here the night he transferred, or the night that we kind of came on after coming back from the spring game. Yeah, at the end of the day, he is an adult, but it doesn't mean, like you touched on, Boogie, you're not going to make childish decisions, right? Fowl and Boog were able to meet my son, who was able to join us. A damn good, fine young man, but still a kid, right? Still a child, definitely, and still needs financial advice and all that kind of stuff, even though he's an adult with a good job and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of growing up to do still at 20, but there's some other stuff there.
That's my new adopted son. I adopted him. I adopted him at the
You gotta watch out. He'll get you into trouble, Boogie. Watch out.
Yeah, he will get you into trouble. Allegedly. All
right.
What is happening? What was the question, Foul Ming? Foul Ming asked a question, and I completely derailed the whole thing.
Well, I didn't want to jump in. It was just, how many of us have debated a $4 million choice in our lifetime, regardless of age? How many of us have said, hey,
even as an adult?
That's what I'm saying, regardless of age. Like, that's a $4 million choice. I know, like, in the pros, they're making hundreds of millions, but $4 million.
I was about to say, good job, Boogie. You thought the exact same thing. I was going to say, hit up Mr. Lofton right now.
Absolutely. Speaking
facts, man.
These dudes know, man. These men that are leading these kids, and that's a good man. Like some of these kids have good mentors. Some of these kids have good father figures that they're following, and some of them don't. And they're following these father figures that are leading them down a dark path, leading them down the wrong path. And we want to crucify and attack these 18, 19, 20-year-old kids because of the decisions of 40-year-old men. Attack those guys. You want to attack?
I'm a man. I'm 40.
I'm saying
attack
it.
Me.
You want to roast? You want to roast Big Nick? You want to roast Coach Nick? Roast him. Destroy him. Bury him. Burn him to the ground. I don't care. Stop attacking Nico, man. Like, stop attacking Nico. And it's like the same things I've said about John Slaughter and Christian Charles and Larry Johnson. Like, I wish those guys the best. Some guys I don't. I get it. I'm speaking out of both sides of my mouth. Like,
yeah.
The best thing I can do is go hit some super chats. Dale Dowman for 5. This team is ready to go to war now. I think so, Dale.
There you go.
I think the birdies in my ear tell me that this team is bonded. Cool Bros Rider for 5. How's it going tonight, fellas? App State is my second favorite team, so I'm glad to see Joey come out. Well, I'm excited, man. I hope it's a great story that I can roast Coach Jay with. We got the better quarterback in Joey than UCLA did with Nico.
Okay, I will always support California quarterbacks that play for Tennessee.
Oh, God.
Come on now.
It's a no-win situation. If we go down this road, it's a no-win situation. Johnny Price for 5 says, "Do you not think the O-line and receiving room much better than past year? GBO, I have more faith in Tennessee than just one man." Yeah, I do. Like, I think we've had this conversation on air multiple times. I think the wide receiver room is more athletic. I think the offensive line room is going to be better. But much like the quarterback room now, it's unproven. But you could also say the same for Nico. You guys, I think you guys agree.
Yeah, I do agree.
A little subtle nod means I will move on to the next super chat from John Edwards for 5. Late door fee. I trust Heupel. And like Boogie said, who else is out there? We got to sport the T. Could be a lot worse. Just let it play out. That's my thing. That's like, if you're attacking Joey Aguilar, it's like, who else is out there? That's the biggest thing for me. Give me a name. If you got one, then we'll talk. Jake for 5. Guys, if you think this season is down the drain, you're delusional. Josh has been more successful with less. Any quarterback on our roster, we can give Nico numbers. Dan Yoder for 5.
I was just going to say, I think we touched on that, though, right? With the 21 season, that he's done a lot with less, and we're going to put our faith in him. That's why there's a ceiling and a floor, and it's okay to have questions.
Have we seen him make a quarterback look bad yet? I mean, there's always been upside. We've always had like, well, wish they did this better, that better, whatever. But have we seen him put a guy in a bad spot yet? I don't think so.
And even with Joe, like as frustrating as it was, I think the offense looked the way it looked because he was trying to set Joe up for success.
And he did.
Yeah.
He put him in the league.
Yeah, exactly. And what
he's a Cowboy right now.
Mission accomplished.
Hate all you want to. Hate all you want to. Yeah. I'm a Steelers fan. I hate the Cowboys.
I'm going to continue to throw darts at Joe now.
Yeah,
I'd just like to point out again that Mr. Lofton is really, really smart and knows that the linebacker position is the most important position on any football field at any given time. If you've got a great linebacker, you've got a great team. It's bottom line.
Wow.
Defense wins championships. Well done, Mr. Lofton.
I feel like Coach Jay just found a way to praise himself. Linebackers are the most important.
Maybe.
You saw the team gathered around there right before the orange and white. I mean, T-Lander was giving the speech. So I'm just saying, maybe you're onto something, Coach.
I'm telling.
I seem to remember a certain somebody doing a film breakdown of Jeremiah T-Lander, really putting him over. Really praising.
What channel was that on, Bug?
Talk about.
I think it was the House of the Breakdown of Blue Chip Orange. I don't know. Allegedly.
I thought they were on Talkin VAWLS film breakdown with Coach Jay. I could be confused.
Breaking down the film.
All I'm saying, there's a lot of channels you could stroll upon and be like, damn, this looks a lot like Talkin VAWLS. That's because they learned from the best. Dan Yoder for 5. Door fee for all you guys do. Shout out, Dan. And shout out to these two guys, man. Like, shout out to, we all make sacrifices on this channel. Like, I was sitting down to have some drinks, as you could probably tell by the slur in my voice. I've got to go to a funeral tomorrow, and it's going to be tough, man. I got to drive out of town. I got to be there for my best friend, and I'm dreading it. And this is, man, Coach, like my wife says all the time, Coach Jay, he always shows up. At the worst of the worst, he shows up. This is therapy. This is family. This gives you a break from reality. Tomorrow I got to wake up and go do some hard stuff. I got to deal with life. So I will probably be off air for a couple of days. But this was good, man. It was an opportunity to come on, hang out with the boys. But shout out to these two guys that also dropped everything going on in life to come hang out with you guys and talk ball for a good hour and a half on like 20 minutes notice. So, yeah.
I was trying to get a tan when you called, Boogie, which obviously I really need very, very
it looks
badly.
like it.
I mean, I'm looking. I mean, I look. What's the word?
Where's that
Pasty?
California glow?
Somebody told me the other day that I look pasty. They're like, you look pasty, but you get out in the sun.
I literally was like, all right, it's hot again. It's like 90. I'm going out. Get some sun. Boogie was like, nope, you're not going out.
You say hot again?
You're gonna.
Did it get below 75 out there?
Nah, but there's like tanning sun in California and non-tanning sun. I don't know how else to explain that, but like just certain time of year you don't well, if you're as white as me, you don't get dark. Dang Irish, I glow pink. I don't know what else to tell you.
I'm ready for pool
season,
moving on. Man. I'm ready for pool season. We got a couple more. Seth Meredith for 20. That's Orange Boy. We'll play the clip.
Rocky Top.
Seth says Joey has a chance to pull a connect balls out JUCO route. Go to a small school and kills it. Transfers to Tennessee, lights it up. Wishful thinking. Similar routes. I like it. I'm here for it. I hope you are right.
It's a movie if it works out, right?
It is.
Mhm.
It's the Talkin VAWLS movie. I'm gonna wear an App State hat every single week. Wait, that's just another week on the Talkin VAWLS network. Y'all think I'm App State now? Just wait till Joey Aguilar comes in and wins the SEC championship. Y'all gonna hate me. Y'all are gonna become App State fans. Parker Rocky Top Customs, member for 19 months. When does the Ia Maliava family reality series come out? GBO. You don't even want to see that.
Yeah, no, I don't think we do.
SP Weasel for 20. That's Orange Boy. Will play the clip.
Rocky Top, you'll always be.
I'm no mind reader, no soothsayer. All I know is GBO. And I think that is the perfect way to send us out the door. We got some other visitors we could talk about. I may still wake up at like 6 in the morning and put out a video. I don't know if I will or not. Again, I got to get up and drive like 5 hours in the morning. I'm going to stay there like 12 hours and then drive 5 hours home. I told these guys, I was like, hey, if this stuff keeps going, we got to go live probably Thursday night. And it all broke out tonight, so we had to go live. Short notice. That's what this channel is all about. Raw, real, instant reaction for the fans, by the fans. Not this BS of we got a script, we got notes. We knew this was coming for 3 hours. We can prep, we can plan. No, for the fans, by the fans. Hope you guys dig it. Randall drops a 10 spot. We appreciate you, Randall. Thank you for the support. Justin Campbell drops a 20 spot. We'll just keep playing the dang clip all night long.
Rocky Top, you'll always be.
Shout out, Justin. Nothing to say, just a tip in the tip jar. We got a lot of new subscribers coming in lately because of all the drama and all the gossip, and people love that. If it's your first time here, man, again, for the fans, by the fans, it means something. During the course of the season, we do live post-game shows. I do a Monday show with Eric Kane from VolQuest.com. Me and Coach Jay do a Friday morning show. Guess what? We're going to have another guest with us this year. Foul Ming's going to be joining us on those Friday morning streams. We do Wednesday night live streams. It's all about being fans that love Tennessee football. It is a community. You guys have a voice. That's what it's all about. We try to respect that. If you're disrespectful, sometimes I may monetize you and make $40 getting you banned from the channel. I'm a horrible person, but that it is what it is. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Go check out the merchandise, bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. If you're not a member, hit the join button down below. You can support this channel for $1 a month. We would greatly appreciate it. But if not, the thumbs up is quick, free, and easy. Jump in the comment section if you're watching the rewatch and talk about it all. We will get with you. But for Coach Jay, for Foul Ming, my name's Boogie Bentley. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. Go Big Orange.
Rocky Top, you'll always be.
I can never, ever let a super chat go unread. Justin Campbell drops another 20 spot and says, I can't figure this out. Scroll back. Read my other comment, please. Here's another 20. Oh, my gosh. I got to scroll back up. What did Justin say? I can scroll. I found this other 20. What did Justin say? I'm scrolling. This is all as real as it gets. I'm scrolling, looking for Justin's comment. I don't see your comment, Justin. Where is it at? It's going to be real weird when I don't find it, and I just keep scrolling through the chat. I'm still scrolling, and I still don't see it. I'm still scrolling, and I don't see it. I'm still scrolling, and I don't see it. Coach Jay is in the private chat behind the scenes laughing at me, saying, this is hilarious. Boogie's just looking like an idiot live on air. I don't see it. I don't see any chat that he's talking about. Right above his second super chat, Wayne says, no, it's not, Wayne. Justin Campbell, right above his second super chat. I don't see it, bro. I'm scrolling. I'm about to play the outro. I'm still scrolling. Matt says Boogie got trolled. Go Big Orange.
How like being that we call home, and it's night